Good morning, RHS. I'm Sky.
And I'm Hannah with your morning bulletin.
Hey Hannah, is there a woman that inspires you?
Yeah, my mom inspires me every single day. What about you, Sky?
Yes, definitely. Especially my mother, but also my grandmas, my sisters, and my aunts. Leslie Julius and I did more research about important women in history.
You all know that women know how to get it done. I'm proud to say that we have a few women in our government doing just that. We have AOC, who's the state representative for the state of New York. Not only did she strive for New York, but she helped Texas when they were desperately in need. Kamala Harris, as you all may know, is the first woman vice president. It is an honor to be in the same time period as these three strong and persevered women.
While we're talking about strong, powerful women, I would like to mention some of Rosamond's very own. Last week, interviews were held in order to choose a 2021 ALA California Girls State Delegate for Rosamond High School. It is important to note that this is a very huge honor and only 540 junior girls are chosen from all across the state of California. Our chosen interviewees for 2021 were Genevieve Bassard, Sarah Lackey, Ashley Rosas, and Ariana Leyva. A big congratulations to all 4 interviewees, but an especially big congrats to Genevieve for being our 2021 California Girls State Delegate for Rosamond High School.
Wow, women are powerful. Students in Mr. Eisenzimmer's manufacturing class are working on an exciting project, and Lewis spoke to Mr. Eisenzimmer to get all the details.
So what are you doing in your Manufacturing 2 class?
So in Manufacturing 2, the class is tailored towards aviation and specifically the industry here, the composites world. But right now, since you're all at home, we can't do some of those things. So what we have started is to make some foam board airplanes. Okay, so this is the one that I chose to do with them. It's the Red Baron plane, okay? So what we're doing is you just get poster board and you get these plans. There's tons of them that are free online. And you lay it on the poster board, lay it all out, and then you cut them out and put them all together. It's like a puzzle. And so you're making your own model RC plane.
What do you plan on doing with your students when they've completed their airplane?
When we're done, I'm hoping that we're back by then, and we're going to go out to the football field. And I have some RC kits, so electric motors and propellers and controllers, and we're going to try to hook some of these up and go fly some planes. Okay, just do something that's fun. And most likely we won't fly them, we'll probably crash them.
So your other camera view, is that the plans for your plane?
So I have the other camera set up, and this is basically how we do class, is you get to see my face and you get to see what I'm working on. And these are the plans for my plane, for my Red Baron plane. And so so far, we have taped them together and got them all in order because it comes in 40 pieces of paper or 20 pieces of paper, depending on what plane you chose. And we get to lay it out. And then the next step we'll have is we're going to start cutting everything out. And so, plans are right here. So that's where we're at. We're in the plan stage right now.
So what do you plan to achieve for your students with this assignment?
Gives you guys an opportunity to do something with your hands, and being a complete hands-on class. This is a CTE class where you would be in the shop. We would be making stuff with our hands, and right now we can't do that. And so I think this is the best way we can kind of mold both worlds right now and be able to get you to use your hands and actual measure, because there's going to be a lot of measurements you're going to have to do with this to make sure everything's right.
I can't wait to see how that turns out. Mr. Riley's welding class has also been working on a project of their very own. Here's Isabella with more.
So what are we doing in the welding class?
We are designing and are going to build an electric go-kart.
So what are you using to help design the go-kart?
A lot of math, designs off the internet that other people have built that we are just changing to meet the design that we need, and YouTube videos kind of to help people understand what we're building.
Okay. So how's the progress of it going so far?
Well, it's a little slow. It's a little bit more difficult when we're doing the virtual learning. One of my classes is struggling a little bit. The other one is doing very well. We should start building next week, I hope.
That sounds really good. Well, thank you for having this interview with me.
You're very welcome. Come back anytime.
Okay, goodbye.
Sounds cool. Mr. E's construction class has another cool project. Giselle caught up with him to find out more.
Here with Mr. Eisenzimmer. So, Mr. Eisenzimmer, what is a floating table?
Well, a floating table, easiest way to explain it is basically the legs are much smaller than the top is. So when you're standing up or standing next to it, it looks like there's no bottom to it, nothing holding it up. So it gives the illusion that it is floating.
Cool. So what did you have the students do beforehand of starting this project?
Well, first of all, this wasn't my idea. This was your guys' idea. You came up with the idea to do a floating table. And so the way it works in my class is if we want to do a project that's not in the textbook, then you guys have to do all the plans and come up with the design, come up with everything. And that's what I have actually right here in front of me is the design of the table right here, which you probably can't see very well because it's on Zoom. And then, so this is the plans. So they had to come up with all the dimensions and sizes. So they had to make the leg size, they had to do everything first. And then this one right here is actually just a sketch of the design, the top. So what the top is going to look like, and what they actually picked out was again, students all came up with this, was they made a pattern of cedar, pine, cedar, pine, cedar, pine, cedar, pine, cedar, pine, cedar, pine, all the way down. So it's going to take a little while for us to do, but they came up with a neat design with kind of triangles going, as you can kind of see in the picture here. This is just the start of it. We've only got 4 layers in, but it's going to be a really neat top for the table.
Really cool. So what do you expect from your students while doing this project?
What we're trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is make it so they have some sort of interaction. And as I am their hands, they get to be their brain. So I constantly ask my students as we're building this, what am I doing next? What am I doing? What should I be doing? Where should I be doing? Otherwise, I stand here. I'm going to do this.
This whole floating table thing has been really cool, so thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
It's nice to see our CTE classes busy.
On another note, the quarter ends March 19th, so please make sure to keep up with your classes.
Hey Hannah, do you know when yearbook prices go up?
I do, but Donovan can tell it better. Check it out.
Yearbook prices will be going up before spring, so be sure to check it out, and here's the link right here.
Hey Sky, did you wake up on time today?
Barely. Remember guys, daylight savings happened over the weekend, so make sure you set your alarms to the right time.
Well, this has been your morning bulletin. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Sky.
Have a great day.